Alright guys, we are back with another format finals at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got Houston on the left playing card, artifact, trap tricks versus John Vigil on the right playing Fire Fist, artifacts, trap tricks, and hands in his deck. So John was undefeated in Swiss so far in the tournament, while Houston's only loss was to John. So will he get his revenge here in the finals? We'll see. John goes first, sets 4 back rows. Houston summons Murmileo, and John breakthrough skills it, which negates a face-up monster effect until the end of the turn. And now John is going to activate Artifact Sanctum, which pushes him as an artifact from his deck. But Houston chains Maxi, which Maxi is a quick effect. You can discard it from your hands to the graveyard. For the rest of the turn, each time your opponent special summons a monster, you draw 1 card. So Artifact Moral Attack, when it's special summoned from your deck, destroy a face-up card your opponent controls, doesn't target. Yeah, and Sanctum special summons an artifact. Then Houston activates Duality, reveals top 3 cards of his deck, add ones to hand. Then shuffle. And you can't special summon the turn you activate Duality. So now Houston's going to set 3 back rows and passes back to John. John summons his own Murmileo. So that card, when it's normal summoned, you add a normal hole trap card from your deck to your hand. And Houston here torrentials the Murmileo and the Moral Attack. I mean, he's still going to get the effect. Yep, torrential. And let's see, what will John search with the Murmileo? He adds Bottomless, which is okay against Houston's deck, but I think there's not many targets for Trap Tricks Murmileo. Probably Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare is the only other one that you would search. So now John sets 4 more, and let's see what Houston does. He checks his back rows. He activates Double Cyclone, which is basically an MST, except you target 1 spell and trap card you control and 1 spell and trap card your opponent controls. Obviously, you can't target itself, so John chains DD Crow to Moral Attack. So Moral Attack, if it's destroyed in your spell and trap card zone during your opponent's turn, special summons itself. But John chained Crow. So here, John activates Call, tries to bring back Moral Attack to stop the card D, but Houston has his own Crow. So he chains Crow to Call. Now Houston activates card D's effect. You tribute it, you can only activate, I forgot how card D works exactly. It's like, the turn it's normal summoned, during your main phase 1, you can tribute it to draw 2 cards, and then it goes straight to end phase, and you can't special summon the turn and use card D's effect. I think that's the best way to explain it. But remember, you can only activate the turn it's normal summoned. So let's say you get Veilered or Breakthrough Skilled, you can't use the card D the next turn. Basically, if they Veiled your card D, it's just a vanilla monster after that. So Houston double cards John, so already plus 2 thanks to card D. So now John normal summons Ice Hand. Houston's got Soul Charge. One thing I've noticed about the card, there's a lot of different variants for the Artifact Trap Tricks deck. There's the hand version, there's the card version, and there's the Curry Bandit version. Me personally, my least favorite version is the hand version. But I think the card version is pretty good, and so is the Curry Bandit one. But I think I might like Curry Bandit a little bit more than card D because it makes Call the Haunted better, and it makes Soul Charge better. So I probably would lean more towards that version. Anyways, Houston special summons Trap Tricks Murmileo. And Murmileo, when it's special summon, you can destroy a spell or trap card your opponent controls. He hits John's Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare. So we know John's other back row is probably Bottomless, right? So the Trap Tricks monsters are unaffected by normal hole trap cards. So John couldn't chain either one of those, neither the Bottomless or the Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare. Now he could have chained them, but the Trap Tricks monsters are unaffected, so John's not going to use them. All right. So does Houston want to hit? So he ignitions the Bottomless, right? Yes, we knew it was Bottomless, Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare. So Artifact Ignition is basically an MST, except you have to have an artifact monster in your deck because you need to, and then you set it at resolution to your spell and trap zone. So now will Houston attack the Ice Hand? We'll find out. Yep, he attacks over Ice Hand. So John is going to take 200. And Ice Hand, if it's destroyed by battle or card effect in your possession, destroy a spell or trap card your opponent controls, then you can special summon a Fire Hand from your deck. So Fire Hand's kind of similar to Ice Hand, except it special summons Ice Hand and it destroys monsters. All right. So John switches fire hand to attack mode. Pokes Houston for 16. Yeah, see, Houston hasn't even activated Soul Charge. So I'm glad I'm watching this duel because I don't know. I think the Curry Bandit version of this deck might be a little bit better. If Card is good, but I feel Curry Bandit makes Call the Haunted so much better. It makes Soul Charge like Houston, like his Soul Charge is really weak right now. So yeah, like see here, he has to call a Murmileo to pop a call. But I think he did this so he wouldn't take the 16. So this way, I don't know. Maybe you just take the 16 there. I probably would have just took the 16. Yeah, if I was Houston, I probably would have just taken the 16 because that Call the Haunted is dead, right? So now John's going to activate Duality. He reveals Maxi, Warning, and Sanctum. So he adds Sanctum. So I probably would have just held the call and then use it during the end phase to try and pop one of John's back rows. I would have just taken the 16. Yeah, then you could have maybe sniped the Sanctum or the other card instead of hitting a dead call. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take the damage, man. I mean, it's not like he's low. You would have been at 5,000. I mean, Soul Charge not that good anyway. All right, so we're at 66, 78, so he's going to crash the Fire Hand, but now he's going to get Sanctumed. John's going to bring out Moral Attack. Moral Attack's effect, destroy Murmileo, but Houston chains Breakthrough skill. This is the first time a Moral Attack's hit the field, right? Oh, no, he popped the Murmileo earlier. Never mind. All right, so Fire Hand has to destroy a monster, and Ice Hand has to destroy a spell or trap in order for them to special summon the other hand from your deck. So since Houston had no other monsters, Fire Hand's effect special summon did not activate. Man, this game, Houston double. Well, I guess Houston's in an okay spot. John's got 3 cards. Houston activates Dark Hole on the Moral Attack. Then here comes a Soul Charge. Brings back Maxi and Murmileo. So Murmileo's effect will activate. That's surprising he brought back the Maxi. Maybe he's going to try and just use it as a body. Good hitting the Wiretap. And, he Tribute Summons Moral Attack. So yeah, Moral Attack's effect only activates when it's summoned during your opponent's turn. What's funny is Houston himself. I'm gonna throw him under the bus. Oh, that was a good draw. That was a good hit off the Duality, the Tenki. So Houston, one time we were playing. I think he was tired. It was late at night. He activated Soul Charge and brought back 2 Moral Attacks, and he thought that they would get their effects. I'm like, no. Everyone would be playing Hat if that Hat were the case. Can you imagine? Soul Charge, 2 Moral Attacks, pop 2 cards, and then make a rank 5. Heck no. It'd be the best deck by far. But anyway, let's get to the duel. John, Tenkis. So Fire Formation Tenki is basically a Rhoda for Beast Warriors. But also, all Beast Warrior type monsters you control gain 100 attack. And Bear, when it inflicts battle damage, you can set a Fire Formation spell card directly to your Spawn Trap zone. And Bear also has another effect. You can send a face-up Fire Formation spell or trap to pop a monster on the field, face up or face down. But you can only use 1 Tenki per turn. That's why you saw he set the Tenki last turn, but he did not flip it until the next turn. So he searches Coach Soldier Wolfbark. And let's see what else. Houston's at 24. I mean, Torrential's gone. What are you afraid of? Mirror Force? I'm going for game. So he summons Wolfbark. Attacks into Call. Targets Moral Attack. But that was a good draw. He drew that Cyclone. Man. What would have happened had John... Man, that Cyclone ended the game. That was a good draw. Man, first he top decks Duality into Tanky and then that Cyclone. But let's say he doesn't draw Cyclone. Houston would have Moral Attacked, probably popped the Bear, but then John could use Wolfbark's effect. Yeah, I don't know. I think John would have been okay, but that made sure that he lost. Because then he could, like, yeah. I think Houston was still in trouble, even if he didn't top deck the Cyclone. Anyway, game 2. Will Houston get a second win on the channel? First win in hat, though. Or will John get his 9th win? So Houston goes first, sets 4 and tributes card D to draw 2 cards, and he already has DD Crow. This one thing I do like about the card Artifact Traptrix deck is when they go first and card DU, it's rough because they're gonna draw into Max C and DD Crow. Like this might be the most popular version at my locals, so I've played against a lot of people playing this deck. And if I lose a die roll and they go first and summon card D, man, I struggle. Especially because I'm playing Sylvans. They draw into Max C. They draw into DD Crow. I mean, you saw Houston destroyed me in top 4. It was bad. All right, so here he ignitions John's Deep Dark Trap Hole. So he's going to set Moral Attack. Then he activates Sanctum. He's probably going to bring out Beagle Attack. So yes, Beagle Attack, when it's special summoned during your opponent's turn, destroy up to 2 set cards you control. Minimum 1, so you do have to hit 1. But something that I didn't know is that Beagle Attack is only once per turn. So he doesn't have to use, since it's only once per turn, the second Beagle Attack won't activate. See, all the artifacts, if they're destroyed in your spell and trap card zone during your opponent's turn, they special summon themselves. So that's why he special summoned Moral Attack and Beagle Attack. Now he switches all his monsters to attack mode. Alright, let's see. John's got 5 cards. He's going to XYZ summon into what? So he chooses Tyrus. This is a good one because that card cannot be destroyed by card effects. And I think if it attacks, you pop at the end of the battle phase or the end phase. You pop. I think it's at the end of the battle phase. You pop a card your opponent controls. So now Houston normal summons Traptrix Murmileo. Yeah, this is good because you're not afraid of Torrential or anything. So here, John surprisingly breakthrough skills the Murmileo. I would think he would breakthrough skill the Tyrus or Tyrus. But I don't know the rest of his hand. So now John is going to take a ton of damage here. We'll see. Maybe the reason John breakthrough skilled the Murmileo is because breakthrough skill, he can use it in the graveyard as well. So maybe during John's turn, he's going to try and get rid of the Tyrus. Just banish from his graveyard to negate the Tyrus. So here he activates Ignition, hits Torrential, and sets Artifact Moral Attack. And now here comes Sanctum. Okay. Let me go refresh my memory on Tyrus because I don't remember exactly what it does. Alright, so he gets Beagle Attack, but Houston has the Crow. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, Houston had the Crow for the Moral Attack. This card's effects can only be applied so its resolve while it has XYZ material. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. And at the end of the battle phase, if this card attacked or was attacked, target one card your opponent controls, destroy that target. During each of your end phases, attach one material from this card. Alright. So let's see if John can get out of this one. I don't think so, man. It's not looking good. Houston's got Tyrus, but you do have the breakthrough skill in case you have like a Tenki. You can, like, let's say he has Tenki. He can, like, breakthrough skill the Tyrus, pop the Tyrus, attack. Or, sorry, activate Tenki. Okay, he summons Dionea, which is just a vanilla monster. Yeah, this is not good for John. Sets 1 back row. This just might be game. Oh, so here comes Traptrix Blizzard. Now, Traptrix, when it's normal summon, you can special summon a Traptrix monster from your graveyard in defense position. So Murmileo, when it's special summon, he pops the bottoms. Now remember, Traptrix monsters are unaffected by normal hold trap cards. So John couldn't even use that bottomless on either one of those monsters. And this is actually game. John's at 59. But Houston decides to go for Black Ship instead of 101. 101 was game. I don't know why he didn't go for. I didn't know why he didn't go for 101. But Black Ship says you can send a face-up monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to Black Ship. Send it to the graveyard, and if you do, your opponent takes 1,000 damage. Was it not game with Black Ship? No, because that was 26, 36, 37, 47, 57. That was 5,700 damage. 27, 37, 47, 57. Yeah, 101 was game. I mean, it was John lost anyway, but you could have ended the game a turn earlier. All right, so Houston forces the third game. Who will get their first win in hat format? Houston's been in. This is his third time in the finals. He's 1-1. He won once in Edison. Got second in hat. He actually got second in our very first hat tournament with Geargia. While John, again, he's got 8 wins on the channel. He activates Pot of Duality, reveals DD Crow, Murmileo, and Moral Attack. It's been a while since John won. John kind of took a break from Edison. That's why we haven't seen him in a while. So he normal summons Murmileo. It's just what I think our locals are just burned out from Edison after playing it for more than a year. There are some people who play both, like myself. I enjoy playing both formats. All right, so he searched Bottomless off Murmileo. So John sets 4 and passes. So Houston's got Beagle Attack in his hand. Oh, he just drew another artifact. So he's got 2 artifacts in his hand. Ignition, Trample Nightmare. Yeah, he set 4 artifacts. He didn't set 5. I don't think he wants to clog his back rows in case he draws Pot of Duality or something. That's smart. I see sometimes people will clog their back rows like that. So end phase, John's going to Artifact Ignition. Hits the Trample Nightmare. Now he's going to set an artifact. What cards did Houston keep in his hand? Let's find out. I think he kept the spell, and it looks like... Okay, Houston's going to Cyclone. Hits his Moral Attack and Ignition. So Ignition has another effect. If it's destroyed by your opponent's card, they must skip their battle phase. So John had to skip his next battle phase. So here, Houston Chain Crow to the Moral Attack. Oh, that's funny. John missed both the artifacts. The cards actually did something. Now here comes Pot of Duality, Murmileo, DD Crow, and Dianea. Yeah, I think Houston was arguing with someone right there. So, yeah, he grabs Murmileo, summons Murmileo. And I think he didn't realize that he is out of targets. So he must have sided out his Bottomless. Yeah, probably should have kept that in. Because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you have Murmileo's with only 1 target? Or maybe he only main decks 1 target? Okay, so now we know all of Houston's cards. If John has Sanctum, I think this is almost game. Oh yeah, this is oh, this is horrible for Houston. Now John doesn't know this, but we know that his 2 back rows are Artifact Beagle Attack and Moral Attack. He has no way to destroy them currently. He pops Houston's Murmileo, so Houston had to give back the Murmileo. If Houston wins this one, he's the man. But I don't see it. He's got basically no cards to John's like 8. So here he summons Fire Hand. But again, John's going to be cautious because he doesn't know that those are 2 artifacts. But eventually you make the read. Like when you play against a hat deck and they can't stop your summons, they can't stop anything, you're kind of like, oh, those are artifacts back there. All right, so Houston drew 1 card and attacks. Here comes Sanctum and Wiretap, and that is game. Houston shows the artifact. So Houston gets second again in hat. John gets his 9th win on the channel. John's actually one of the few people who can say they've won on the channel in all 3 formats that I featured. He's won in Tengu, he's won in Edison, and now he's won in hat. And we will have his deck profile up here soon. I actually did film his deck profile. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that match in the finals. And check out the link in the description. I have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles or product. at Epic Cards and Games. The coupon code is my first and last name, Oscar Zelaya, all caps. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.